We welcome you to Springport Motor Speedway for the ARCA CRA Super Series, our debut here in Springport, Michigan. Big round of applause for all the fine folks from Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth, proud title sponsor. Race fans, let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125. And starting shotgun in the field aboard the Great Clips number 56, he calls Kalamazoo, Michigan home. Big round of applause for Jerry Andrews. Starting outside of row number 11, the HM Product Solutions number 18 from Heartland, Wisconsin. Welcome Robert Maynard. Inside of that row, a former three-time Super Pro Late Model Series champion, many-time feature winner here at Springport Motor Speedway. The Circle J Transport number 8 from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Welcome back, Tommy Cook. Outside the next row, he'll start tomorrow's Quicken Loans 400 at Michigan International Speedway. The HM Product Solutions number 18 from Fenton, Missouri, Kenny Schrader. Inside of that row, the Tag Incorporated number 84 from Cutlerville, Michigan. This is Jay Newick. Outside the next row, the Brella Sports Crew number 76 from Amos, Iowa. Welcome Nate Caruth. Inside of that row, veteran campaigner, the First Bank of Terre Haute number 1 from Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome Jeep Flume. Outside the next row, the Widow Wax number 7, former feature winner here at Springport Motor Speedway from Edgerton, Ohio, Jason Beat. Inside of that row, the inaugural series champion back in the 97 season, the Muller Sales and Service number 2 from Greenfield, Indiana, Kenny Tweedy. Outside the next row, the Perfect Wireless number 08 from Cicero, Indiana. Welcome Nick Lay. Inside of that row, the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth number 39 from El Reno, Oklahoma, Kenzie Rustin. Outside the next row, a former feature winner here at Springport Motor Speedway and Outlaw Super Late Models, the Hartman Auto Body number 41 from Stroh, Indiana, Brent Jack. Inside of that row, the Leslie Tire Services number 18X from Clay, Michigan. Welcome Billy Leslie. Outside of row number 5, the Autoparts2020.com Ford from DeWitt, Michigan, the 42, Chad Finley. Inside of the next row, the United Auto Salvage number 0 from Noblesville, Indiana. Welcome the veteran Joe Beaver. Inside of row number 4, the Rowdy 251 at Berlin Raceway number 51 from Mequon, Wisconsin, Rebecca Caston. Inside of that row, your Edco Welding Fast Qualifier, the Paragon Corvette Reproductions number 4 from Byron, Michigan, Eric Jones. Outside of row number 3, the Jim Ingledew Construction number 81 from Ocean, Indiana, Terry Fisher Jr. Inside of that row, the Michigan Kenworth number 61, former 2-time series champion from Coopersville, Michigan, Johnny Van Dorn. Welcome back outside of row number 2, originally from Coldwater, Michigan, now from Lakeland, Florida, the Race Car Engineering number 10, Steve Dorr. Inside of row number 2, your current Rookie of the Year points leader, the Seneca Performance number 01 from Wheeling, West Virginia, Travis Braden. Starting outside of row number 1, the R&D Racing number 131 from North Canton, Ohio, this is Nick Galata. And starting on the pole, the DCI General Contractors number 5 from New Albany, Indiana, Brett Robinson. Race fans, big round of applause for our 23-car starting field for the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125. They make their way around the 3/8 mile here at Springport Motor Speedway. Once again, thank you to all the fine folks listening in on Speed51.com's live radio broadcast, as well as those watching on Speed 51's Trackside Now coverage. Race fans, what we do with the Champion Race Association, we're doing the wave lap. We want you to get up. We want you to stand up. Come on, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. ARCA CRA Super Series, the running of the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125. On behalf of Champion Racing Association, your founder and president is R.J. Scott, Series Director Glenn Luckett, Director of Operations is Greg Wood, Communications Director Gib Chu, Chief Tech Inspector is Eddie Chu, tech staff includes Rocky Anderson, Jimmy Barton, Jeff Chu, Megan Chu, Jack Ritter, and Kevin Jarrett. Your support staff, Deb Gritter, Cheryl Jarrett, Clyde Moody, Brandon Thomas, and Renee Thomas. Your official photographer is Chuck Gonzalez. Your chief star on the flag stand from Troy, Michigan is Scott Menlin. My name is Matt Preer from DeWitt, Michigan, and on behalf of all of us, we welcome you to the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125, race number 5, the 2012 racing season for the ARCA CRA Super Series. Pace truck will pull into the back pit area. It's in the hands of 19-year-old rookie Brett Robinson, the 5, Nikolai, the 131. Green flag is out, and we are racing. Galata on the outside, Brett Robinson on the inside. Then come on to turn number 4, leader. Lap 1's Nick Galata. Field now starting to sort itself out just a bit. Steve Dorr looking to the outside, the number 10 machine. Robinson shuts the door, coming on to number 4 as Galata leads lap number 2. Travis Braden taking a peek to the inside of Doors. They go down the backstretch. Johnny Van Dorn running in the 5th spot. Terry Fisher Jr. 6th. Your Edco Welding fast qualifier. Eric Jones is 7th. This time by 4 laps completed, 121 laps remaining. Nick Galata continues to lead, the number 131. The R&D Racing Chevrolet from North Canton, Ohio. Battle for 3rd behind your 2nd place driver, Brett Robinson, has a 10 of Steve Dorr trying to fight off your boy machine, Rookie of the Year points leader, Travis Braden. Brent Jack all kinds of sideways, going down the front stretch. He gets back in line, but not before Kenzie Rustin and Billy Leslie get by. Rebecca Caston to the outside of your Edco Welding fast qualifier, Eric Jones. They go into turns 1 and 2. Caston making that 2nd groove work around this 3/8 mile. Trying to get by Jones. She'll also try to skate by the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. Gives 7th spot to the 51 of Rebecca Caston. She goes after Fisher for 6th. Becca Caston making that outside groove work here in Springport, Michigan. She'll go around the outside of Terry Fisher Jr. And she will take over that 6th spot in that rowdy 251 at Berlin Raceway, number 51. Up front, Steve Dorr and Travis Braden continue to battle for 3rd, but now, we got trouble in turn number 2. Billy Leslie turns it around, bringing out the caution flag. The Leslie Tire Service, Chevrolet, Clay, Michigan's Billy Leslie turns it around over in turn number 2, bringing out our first caution flag of the evening. 9 laps completed, 116 laps remaining. Your leader, your outside pole sitters led the whole way so far. The R&D Racing Chevrolet from North Canton, Ohio, the 131, Nick Galata out in front. Your pole sitter, one of our Boyd Machine Rookie of the Year title contenders, a DCI General Contractor Chevrolet from New Albany, Indiana, the number 5, 19-year-old Brad Robinson running in the 2nd spot. 3rd spot, gentleman originally from Coldwater, Michigan, now calling Lakeland, Florida home. The Race Car Engineering Chevrolet, the number 10 is Steve Dorr, riding in the 3rd spot. 4th spot, another one of those Boyd Machine Rookie of the Year title contenders. The 18-year-old in the Senate Group Performance Chevrolet from Wheeling, West Virginia, the 01 of Travis Braden, 4th spot. And rounding on the top 5, the Michigan Kenworth Chevrolet from Coopersville, Michigan, former 2-time series champion Johnny Van Dorn, rounding on the top 5. Rebecca Caston is 6th in the 51. Terry Fisher Jr. 7th in the 81. Eric Jones, your Edco Welding fast qualifier, slipping back to 8th in the number 4. Joe Beaver is 9th in the 42 of Chad Finley, rounding out the top 10. The ARCA CRA Super Series does utilize the double file restarts. The leader, in this case, Nick Galata, the 131, has the option of choosing the inside or the outside in this restart. Wherever he goes, the 5 of Brett Robinson will follow suit in the front row. Track crew looks like they're picking up a water bottle over there in turn number 1. Once again, a reminder, the next racing action for Champion Racing Association Series, the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour, presented by GM Performance Parts, is right here at Springport Motor Speedway on Sunday, July 1st. The running of the Auto Value Parts Stores and Certified Service Centers 100, presented by JEGS.com. That is on Sunday, July 1st. Chief starter Scotty Menlin gives them the field to double up. Nick Galata choosing the inside lane. That'll move Brett Robinson to the outside in this restart. 9 laps are in the books, 116 laps remaining. It's Galata, Robinson, Dorr, Braden, and Van Dorn, your top 5. Chief starter Scotty Menlin gives him the 1 to go signal. We are going green the next time by. Galata and Robinson on turn number 4. Green flags out. We're back underway. Robinson trying to make that second groove work in the number 5 machine. He's side by side with Nick Galata on turn number 4. Brett Robinson to lead his first ever ARCA CRA Super Series laps. One of our contenders for the point machine Rookie of the Year title, 19-year-old Brett Robinson, your new leader in the number 5. Potential 3 wide going on the backstretch. Johnny Van Dorn thinks better of it as the battle for third rages on. Travis Braden around the outside. He'll take over third spot. Robinson, Braden, and now Rebecca Caston proving an outside groove work. She shoots by Johnny Van Dorn. Now she'll go on the outside of Steve Dorr, the number 10 machine. Give 4th spot to Rebecca Caston. Chad Finley now using the outside lane as advantage as well. He started 10th. He's working on the 7th spot, currently being occupied by the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. as he just got by Edco Welding Fast qualifier Eric Jones. Rebecca Caston not done yet. She goes to the outside of Travis Braden for the 3rd spot. Side by side of turns 1 and 2. Caston on the outside, Braden on the inside. Caston, another point machine, Rookie of the Year title contender. She comes in tonight 2nd to rookie points. She'll take over the final podium position in 3rd. The Rowdies 251 at Berlin Raceway Chevrolet. Mequon, Wisconsin's Rebecca Caston now in the 3rd of the 51. And she'll look to challenge the 131 of Nick Galata for the 2nd spot. Chad Finley was up to 7th. He's fallen all the way back to 10th and now into the grass with a 0 of Joe Beaver. But up front, Brett Robinson continues the lead in the number 5. Caston to the outside of Galata gives 2nd spot to Rebecca Caston, one of her 2 female competitors in the field. Caston now in the 2nd. Johnny Van Dorn now looking to the outside of Travis Braden. Drivers starting to notice there is definitely a second groove here at Springport Motor Speedway. Caston has used it to her advantage. She started 8th, she's up to 2nd. Now Johnny Van Dorn going to the outside. He'll get by Travis Braden for 4th. The challenge, Nick Galata for 3rd. .21 laps completed, 104 laps remaining. Brent Robinson continues to lead, the number 5. But Rebecca Caston's already got the fishing pole out, trying to reel in the 19-year-old from New Albany, Indiana. Joe Beaver off the pace in the zero machine. He comes to a stop on the infield. Caution flag will fly. Also the 18, that is Robert Maynard, one of the 2. HM Product Solutions Chevrolet gets turned around over in turn number 2. The Tim's Heating and Cooling Chevrolet from Noblesville, Indiana, former 2-time CRA Street Stock champion Joe Beaver spins in turn 2. He goes to pits. The 42 of Chad Finley now moves in the pit area, the number 42. The AutoParts2020.com Ford now on pit road. He finished 2nd last night in our JEG CRA All-Stars Tour event over at the Dixie Motor Speedway. Finley now on the pits, the number 42. So it's 22 laps completed, 103 laps remaining. The DCI General Contractors number 5, 19-year-old Brett Robinson out in front. But the driver on the move, one of our 2 female competitors in the field, the Rowdy 251 of Berlin Raceway Chevrolet, Mequon, Wisconsin's Rebecca Caston up the 2nd spot on the 51 machine. Former 2-time series champion, the Michigan Kenworth Chevrolet. Coopersville, Michigan's Johnny Van Dorn up to 3rd spot on the 61. The R&D Racing Chevrolet, your outside pole sitter, early race leader, slipping back to 4th. North Canton, Ohio's Nick Galata running in the 4th spot in the 131. And rounding out the top 5, our current Boyne Machine Rookie of the Year points leader, in the Seneca Performance Chevrolet out of Wheeling, West Virginia, 18-year-old Travis Braden rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10 finds the number 10 of Steve Dorr, the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr., the 4 of Eric Jones, 76 of Nate Carruth now in the top 10, and so is 1997 Series champion Kenny Tweedy in the number 2, rounding out your top 10. Brent Jack, Jason Deesh, Tommy Cook, Billy Leslie, and Kenzie Rustin are 11 through 15. Kenny Schrader is 16th. The 56 of Jerry Andrews dropped out on lap 1. Joe Beaver is in the pits. Robert Maynard is in the pits. 42 of Chad Finley returned to the track. Now AutoParts2020.com Ford. He's got a lot of real estate to make up, but he's got a lot of time. 103 laps remaining. And Brent Robinson, noticing what's going on behind him, knows that outside groove has been working tonight. He'll choose the outside lane on this restart, which forces Rebecca Caston to the inside in these double file restarts. "22 laps are in the books, 103 laps remaining. Joe Beaver and Nick Lay both return to the track. Robinson on the outside, forcing Caston to the inside. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Chad Finley returned to pit row in the 42. Tough break for the New Michigan driver. Battle for second, the 61 of Johnny Van Dorn to the inside of the 51 of Rebecca Caston. Both drivers side by side behind your race leader, Brent Robinson. Van Dorn shoots to the inside, the 61. Oh, Billy Leslie spins in turn 2. But Johnny Van Dorn, your leader in the 61. On lap 25. Leslie keeps it going straight, will stay green. Your new leader, Johnny Van Dorn, in the 61. Rebecca Caston also got by Robinson, but she's still in second. Eric Jones has worked to the field. He's up the 5th challenge, and Steve Dorr for 4th. Travis Braden and Nick Galata shovel back to the field. The battle is for 4th between the 4 of Eric Jones and 10 of Steve Dorr. Give 4th spot for now to the Edco Welding Fast Qualifier, 16-year-old Eric Jones, but Steve Dorr fighting on the outside of number 10. Two-time series champion Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead the number 61, putting some distance between him and the 51 of Rebecca Caston. The 5 of Brent Robinson shoveled back to 3rd. Steve Dorr gets back by the number 4 of Eric Jones. Dorr now into 4th. Jones shoveled back to 5th, and now Terry Fisher Jr. challenges him for that final top 5 spot. One of the early drivers on the move is the 76 of Nate Carruth. He started 18th. He is up to 9th. The Umbrella Sports Group, number 76. Battle reemerges for the 4th spot. Eric Jones again to the outside of Steve Dorr. Give 4th spot to your Edco Welding Fast Qualifier, Eric Jones in the number 4. Steve Dorr shoveled back to 5th, now into the grass of the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. Travis Braden right there as well in the 0-1, and here comes Kenny Tweedy in the 2. But up front, Johnny Van Dorn with a solid lead in the number 61 machine. Rebecca Caston riding in the 2nd spot in the 51. Van Dorn's lead now just over a 2.5 seconds. Brent Robinson hanging out of the 3rd spot, but he's got a back bumper full of your Edco Welding Fast Qualifier, Eric Jones in the number 4. Lap traffic has not become an issue yet in this event. Van Dorn at least a full straightaway behind the first potential lap car, the 08 of Nick Lay. Back in the field, the battle for 5th through 7th. The 10 of Steve Dorr, the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr., the 01 of Travis Braden. Kenny Tweedy is 8th. Nate Carruth is 9th. You're outside. Oh, we got trouble in the front stretch. Nick Galata and Brent Jack collide. Caution flag will fly. Contact made between the 41 of Brent Jack and the 131 of Nick Galata, bringing out this caution flag. With 37 laps completed, 88 laps remaining. The Michigan Kenworth Chevrolet from Coopersville, Michigan, former 2-time series champion Johnny Van Dorn took the lead on lap 25. He's held it ever since in the number 61. Still riding in 2nd spot, the rowdy 251 at Berlin Raceway Chevrolet from Mequon, Wisconsin, the 51, Rebecca Caston. She is 2nd. 3rd, the DCI General Contractors machine, 19-year-old from New Albany, Indiana, the 5 of Brent Robinson. on that final podium position in third. Fourth spot, your Edco Welding Fast Qualifier. The Paragon Corvette Reproduction Chevrolet from Byron, Michigan, the number 4 of Eric Jones. He is in the fourth spot. And rounding out your top 5, the Race Car Engineering Chevrolet. Originally from Coldwater, Michigan, now calling Lakeland, Florida home. The number 10 of Steve Dorr. 6th through 10th finds the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. in 6th. The 01 of Travis Braden in 7th. The 2 of Kenny Tweedy in 8th. The 76 of Nate Caruth in 9th. And the number 8 of Tommy Cook making his first appearance in the top 10 this evening. "37 laps completed, 88 laps remaining. Nick Lay back in the pits in a 08. The 41 of Brent Jack went into the pit area. The outside groove here at Springport Motor Speedway seems to be the groove of choice. Although Johnny Van Dorn's pass was on the inside. Will be real interesting to see where Van Dorn lines up, and he will line up on the outside. That forces a 51 of Rebecca Caston to the inside. Then they line up normal inside-outside the rest of the field. Brett Robinson in third, but perhaps sitting in the catbird speed in the fourth spot. More importantly, on the outside groove, the 4 of Eric Jones. He could potentially try to follow Van Dorn into turn number 1. 1 lap to go, signal being given. We're going green the next time by. Johnny Van Dorn on the outside. Rebecca Caston on the inside. Leading through turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Scotty Menlin, the green flag in hand, and we're back underway. Van Dorn a little sideways there, coming on turn number 2. That bunches up the field. But Eric Jones gets by Brett Robinson for third. He'll challenge Rebecca Caston for second. Caston and Jones side by side for the second spot. Terry Fisher Jr. around Robinson. He's in fourth. Kenny Tweedy has worked up his way up to 6th. Here comes Tommy Cook around the outside, the number 8. Caston a little sideways at 1 and 2. Gives second spot to your Edco Welding Fast Qualifier, 16-year-old Eric Jones. He'll now try to reel in the 61, your race leader, Johnny Van Dorn. Brent Robinson shoveled back to 5th, the number 5. Kenny Tweedy is 6th. Battle for 7th. The 10 of Steve Dorr. The 01 of Travis Braden. Tommy Cook all kinds of sideways. Coming on turn number 2. That allows several cars to get by, including the 7 of Jason Deach. Deach now in the top 10 for the first time this evening. Tommy Cook shoveled back to 11th. Kenzie Rustin working away. She's up to 12th. Steve Dorr trying to make that outside groove work, but getting passed on the inside by the 2 of Tweedy, the 01 of Braden. Now here comes the 76 of Nate Caruth. "45 laps completed, this time by. 45 laps are in, 80 laps remaining. Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead, the number 61. Eric Jones riding second, the 4. Rebecca Caston third, the 51. Terry Fisher Jr. fourth in the 81. Brett Robinson, your pole sitter and early race leader, shovel back to 5th and the 5. Johnny Van Dorn Continuing to show the way in the 61 machine. Van Dorn got a left rear in the dirt going into turn number 1. Got a little sideways, but he keeps it pointed forward. That allows Eric Jones to close the gap in the number 4 machine. Laps continuing to click off, this time by 49 laps are completed as Van Dorn crosses the start-finish line. Boyd Machine Rookie of the Year points leader Travis Braden gets by fellow freshman Brett Robinson. Now Braden back in the top 5 in a 01 machine. Now the 2011 NASCAR Whelen All-American Series Rookie of the Year will try to chase down the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. for 4th. Nate Carruth is the man on the move in a 76. He started 18th. He is up to 6th after passing Brett Robinson. Carruth in that Brella Sports Group Ford from Amos, Iowa. Really got it dialed in here at Springport Motor Speedway. But up front, Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead the number 61. 53 laps are in the books. Battle for second brewing between the 4 of Eric Jones, the 51 of Rebecca Caston. Jones got by Caston for second a few laps ago. Now Caston has regrouped as she takes a peek to the inside of Jones. Nothing doing. Jones shuts the door, but Caston opens it right back up into turns 1 and 2. Caston to the inside. Oh, they touch coming out of turn number 4. Gives second spot back to Rebecca Caston, the 51. Jones, though, fighting on the outside of the number 4. Terry Fisher Jr. trying to join that battle for second and third. But in the meantime, Johnny Van Dorn continuing to show the way in the 61 machine. He's got a somewhat comfortable 1.4 second lead over your second place car, Rebecca Caston. Caston now in second as she disposes of Eric Jones. She'll try to go after Van Dorn for the lead. Terry Fisher Jr. now taking a peek to the inside of Jones for third, but nothing doing. Jones shuts the door, going down the backstretch. Back in the field, Travis Braden comfortably in 5th in the 01. Nate Carruth 6th in the 76. Brett Robinson 7th in the 5. Steve Dorr 8th in the 10. Kenny Tweedy 9th in the number 2. And Tommy Cook back in the top 10. He is in 10th in the 8. 60 laps completed, 65 laps to go. Again, lap traffic has not been an issue in 60 laps so far. The first potential lap car could be the 08 of Nick Lay. This time by, we are halfway home. 63 laps completed, 62 laps remaining. Johnny Van Dorn, your leader. Rebecca Caston second, battle for third. The 4 of Eric Jones, the 81 Terry Fisher Jr., Travis Braden rounding the top 5 in the 01. Jones fights off Fisher Jr. for now, as Nick Lay could become the first potential lap car. Rebecca Caston slowly but surely cutting into the gap of Johnny Van Dorn's lead. It was 1.4 a couple laps ago. Now it's down to about 3/4 of a second. They have been side by side for probably the last 15 laps. Eric Jones in the 4. Terry Fisher Jr. in the 81. Jones hanging on the 3rd for now. Nick Lay becomes the first car to go a lap down on the racetrack in a 0-8 as Van Dorn safely negotiates by. Caston also gets by the 0-8 machine. She tries to reel in your leader, Johnny Van Dorn, the 61. "70 laps completed, 55 laps to go." Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead the 61. Rebecca Caston keeping pace in the 51 machine. More lap traffic in front of your leader, beginning with the 18 of Kenny Schrader. In front of Schrader, your outside pole sitter, Nick Galata, who has fallen well off the pace in a 131. Jay Newick in the 84 in front of him, and Robert Maynard in front of him in the 18. Van Dorn about to the back bumper of the 18 of Kenny Schrader. About to put the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver a lap down. Terry Fisher Jr. back to the inside of Eric Jones. That's a battle re-emergent for 3rd. Give 3rd spot now to Terry Fisher Jr. in the 81. 76 laps completed. Johnny Van Dorn around the outside of some lap cars. He got Schrader, he got Galata, now he's working on Robert Maynard. The scoreboard has frozen in turns 1 and 2. Once again, the scoreboard has frozen in turns 1 and 2. .78 complete, that time by. This time by make it 79 laps completed. 79 laps are in the books. As Johnny Van Dorn tries to pull away from the 51 of Rebecca Caston. Terry Fisher Jr. third, Travis Braden to the inside of Eric Jones. That's for 4th, give 4th to Braden. Here comes Nate Carew to the inside of Jones. Give 5th spot to Nate Carew. .80 laps completed, that time by. 80 laps in the books, 45 to go. Nate Carew completes the pass at the number 4 of Eric Jones. That's for 5th. Van Dorn now puts the 84 of Jay Newick a lap down. He's got clear sailing at least for a few laps. Rebecca Caston trying to keep pace in the 51. Travis Braden is in 4th. Nate Carew 5th as Terry Fisher Jr. reeling in Rebecca Caston for 2nd. laps completed. Once again, the scoreboard is frozen over in turns 1 and 2. 85 now laps are in the books. 85 laps in, 40 laps remaining. Johnny Van Dorn continues to show the way, the number 61. Van Dorn continues to show the way. Caston now going to have to deal with the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. for that second spot. Travis Braden is 4th. Nate Carruth is 5th. Go back to Aaron Jones for 6th. Brett Robinson 7th. Steve Dorr 8th. Kenny Tweedy 9th. And now Brent Jack in the top 10, the number 41. "88 laps are in the books. Make it 89 as Johnny Van Dorn completes another lap in the 61. Van Dorn with a 2 1/4 second lead over the 51 of Rebecca Caston, who is dealing with the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. Next car to potentially go a lap down is the number 7 of Jason Deach, who's running in the 13th spot. Van Dorn continues to show the way in the 61, expanding that lead to almost 2.5 seconds over Rebecca Caston, who's got a back bumper full of the 81 of Terry Fisher Jr. Nate Carruth has got by the 01 of Travis Braden for the 4th spot. Braden shuffled back to 5th. Back in the field, the 4 of Aaron Jones is 6th. Brett Robinson 7th. Steve Dorr 8th. Kenny Tweedy 9th. The 41 of Brent Jack rounding at the top 10. Then it's Kenzie Rustin, Tommy Cook, and Jason Deach. Those are the cars left on the lead lap. As Deach now goes a lap down, making 12 cars. "96 laps are in the book. Scoreboard appears to be fixed for now. 96 laps in, 29 laps to go for Johnny Van Dorn in the 61 machine. Laps continuing to click off for Johnny Van Dorn in the 61 machine. Caston and Fisher Jr. slowly closing the gap on a 61 of Van Dorn. We're not going to speculate to say if Van Dorn has fallen off the pace perhaps in a 61 machine, but his lead has definitely gone away in that Michigan Kenworth 61. 100 laps completed, 25 laps to go. Johnny Van Dorn continuing to show the way in the 61. Caston gets by the 7 of Deach to keep him a lap down. Now smooth sailing, nothing in front of Caston to try to reel in the 61 of Johnny Van Dorn. 12 cars left on the lead lap. Your 12th place driver is the number 8 of Tommy Cook. Kenzie Rustin starting to make her move into 39. She's cracked the top 10 for the first time in a big way. She is up to 8th. A potential slew of lap traffic in front of Van Dorn. About 4 cars running together, beginning with the 8 of Tommy Cook, who's bound with the 41 of Brent Jack for 11th. Just in front of them, Kenny Tweedy in the 2, and your pole sitter, Brett Robinson in the 5. Johnny Van Dorn's already picked up a few awards this evening, as he's already going to walk out of here with the RacingTrailerSales.com Halfway Leader Award. He's also going to collect the Turn 1 High Performance Steering Systems Lap Leader Award as well. So just some of the awards Van Dorn will already receive, but Rebecca Caston has really closed the gap in the 51 machine. $108 laps completed. Caston has dropped the lead to about a half a second now. A whole gaggle of lap cars in front of your leader, Johnny Van Dorn. Potential lap cars. Nick Lane decides to give way to the leaders. 110 laps completed, 15 to go. A slew of potential lap cars in front of your leader. Caston has closed the gap in the 51. Terry Fisher Jr. off the pace in the 81. He was running in the 3rd spot. Tough break for the Ocean, Indiana driver. That'll move Nate Carruth up to the 3rd spot. Van Dorn all kinds of sideways out of turn number 2. Caston almost made it 3 with some lap cars. 113 in, 12 laps to go. Van Dorn all kinds of loose once again coming out of turn number 2. That allows Caston to close the gap with 11 laps to go this time. Nate Carruth is now 3rd. Travis Braden 4th, and Kenzie Rustin makes her first appearance in the top 5, the number 39. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go, and Rebecca Caston is on the back bumper of Johnny Van Dorn, who's again sideways out of 2. Caston shows with the chrome horn into turn number 3, side by side for the lead. They bump, they rub, give the lead to Rebecca Caston. Rebecca Caston takes the lead, the 51. But Johnny Van Dorn right there in that 2nd spot. Caston your leader, Van Dorn now in 2nd. Nate Carruth is 3rd. Travis Braden 4th. Go all the way back to Kenzie Rustin in 5th. Laps continuing to click off. Van Dorn to the inside. Again, he's sideways at turn number 2. Give the lead back to Johnny Van Dorn in the 61. 119 in the books. Van Dorn, your leader again. Lap car of Steve Dorr. In front of Caston as Van Dorn to the inside of Dorr. They'll put him a lap down. Caston right there in the 51 with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for Johnny Van Dorn again sideways at turn number 2. Here comes Caston again to the outside. Van Dorn using the lap car as a pick. 4 to go for Van Dorn. Oh, Van Dorn and Dorn get together, cast it to the inside, coming out of turn number 2. Give the lead back to Rebecca Caston, but Van Dorn back to the inside. Side by side, Van Dorn your leader again. Eric Jones off the pace in the 4. Van Dorn and Caston duking it out for the lead. 123 in the books. 2 to go for Van Dorn. One last chance for Rebecca Caston in the 51. Caston's going to try to build the momentum on the outside as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go for Johnny Van Dorn. One last chance for Rebecca Caston. She'll go to the outside. One more time. She tried, but give the win to Johnny Van Dorn. Rebecca Caston in second. Nate Caruth comes home in third. Travis Breeden in fourth. And Kenzie Rustin rounds out the top 5. Nice round of applause for the ARCA CRA Super Series.
That wall when he was on the inside of you there with like 5 to go or so?
Yeah.
Do you think he was going to get off here, or do you think he was going to take you all the way up there?
No, I knew he was going to take me up there. He wanted me to go up there. That's why he gave it to me. I don't know why lap cars go 3 wide with 10 to go and the leaders are racing for the lead. I mean, it's just ridiculous, but no respect. But congrats to Johnny Van Dorn. Really happy. We had the best car here by far tonight, and I drove my ass off. And
how did you feel about your race?
Man, I mean, we had a rough start to that race, and we didn't do that good in qualifying. But to come back 5th, I mean, it's pretty much a win for us for how bad our day went today. So, I mean, I'm happy with 5th. I'm glad all these Central Michigan Ford and Kenworth people are out here to watch us race, and I'm glad I put on a show for them coming back to the front.
How did you feel about your race?
It was pretty good. I felt like we needed a caution at the end of the race to kind of help us out. I think we were a little bit better than leaders, but I guess we'll take it. Take the 3rd. So,
how did you feel about the lap traffic?
I thought it was good. It probably created some good racing for the fans and stuff like that. So, I definitely thought that was something to add to the race, and I don't mind lap traffic. It helps you get through, driving better and stuff like that. So I didn't mind it at all. I thought it was kind of another challenge to add to racing. So
okay.
You started deep in the field, buddy. Tell us the difference between what happened for qualifying and then during this race.
Well, we have a crate in here, and I think that kind of hurt us in qualifying. But I still need to learn a lot to get my qualifying stuff down. But definitely the car was good in race trim, and we needed a yellow there at the end. I think we could have gave the leaders a run for their money. But, I was just trying to save as much as I could. I felt like I could have gave a little bit more once I got to them. But, no, it was a good race, and hopefully it was good for the fans and everything.
Nate, I got to tell you, looking through this top 5, 3 of the top 5 are all Boeing Machine Rookie of the Year title contenders. You, Becca, and Travis. Is going to be a great freshman battle all season long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some good racers, run for the Rookie of the Year. Travis, he's a good racer. He's, won a lot of races. Becca, she's been around for a long time. And just try to learn as I go, and, we'll try to see what happens at the end of the year here.
A career-high third-place finish for Amos, Iowa's Nate Caruth in a 76 machine. And we'll get to our 5th place finisher in just a second. Let's go to our 4th place finisher. Another one of them Boyne Machine Rookie of the Year title contenders. Young man, 18 years old from Wheeling, West Virginia, Travis Braden behind the wheel of the 01. I tell you what, Travis, you were working hard tonight around this 3/8 mile.
Yeah, we was a little bit loose, and that's never easy when you're sliding sideways throughout the whole racetrack. But, like I said, we were loose, and to finish 4th, I thought I finished 6th. So finishing 4th, top 5, that's good. Salvaging the car, I think we was not really a 4th place car, honestly, but that's what you got to do in these races sometimes, especially when you get long green flag runs like that. And I'm proud of my guys. They worked hard, got a lot of work past couple weeks getting these cars where they need to be to run up front. And I think we're going to get closer and closer to the front. This is pretty close, but we've been running good, and I'm looking forward to building on it in the future.
Travis, I asked Nate the same question. Look at this top 5, 3 of them Rookie of the Year title contenders. My goodness, I mean, the future of the ARCA CRA Super Series is right here in this front stretch in the top 5.
And that says a lot for young drivers too, having 3 of the top 5 rookies. That's pretty cool. I wish I would have finished in front of the other 2, but that's all good. I'm happy for everybody to run good, and I'm just, like I said, I'm happy to finish where I did, considering I thought I would finish 6th, and could have been worse. So good day.
Your 4th place finisher tonight, the 18-year-old from Wheeling, West Virginia, Travis Braden. And our 5th place finisher, our 2nd young lady in the top 5 this evening, the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth number 39, El Reno, Oklahoma's Kenzie Rustin. And I'll tell you what, Kenzie, you made a late charge there towards the end of that race and got in that top 5. A great run.
I did, man. I mean, I got to thank these guys. I mean, they worked their tails off today to try to get this car to where it ended up today. I mean, we didn't have that great of a qualifying run, and I'm really good at the end of the race, so I'm glad everybody worked hard, and we charged all the way to the end to get a great top 5 finish. So,
Kenzie, I know you got a lot of people you want to thank, so go right ahead, beginning with the title sponsor of tonight's race.
Yeah, I got to thank all these guys from Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth to come out tonight. I mean, awesome turnout tonight. I mean, I thought, this is out in the middle of boondocks, so I didn't know how big the crowd would be. So, I mean, to have this many people here is fantastic. I mean, I just got to say thanks to all these guys for coming on board, and all the guys for working hard and getting us a top 5 finish this week.
Your 5th place finisher tonight, Kenzie Rustin, the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125, a former 2-time series champion. Big hand for Johnny Van Dorn. Yeah, buddy. Everyone has their own victory lane celebration. Johnny, outstanding job. Congratulations. What a battle between you and Rebecca Caston. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it really was a good race. I just got real loose there at the end. I don't know what the deal was, but tried to run as conservative a race as I could. But just real proud of everybody. It's been a good year, but we just haven't been able to capitalize on a win. I'm sure she's mad, but I just, I work with a guy every day who used to race, and he told me, race people how they race you. So I just returned the favor, and we're good.
Johnny, it looked like the last few laps there, you were getting all kinds of wicked loose coming out of turn number 2, especially coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. Just got a little free there up at the end. But, all in all, good day, good points day, and I'm out of breath, though. I can't thank my sponsors enough, Michigan Kenworth, Jags.com, Magic Transportation, Port City Race Cars, McGonigal Engine Performance. Got to thank my crew, Dirk, Bob, Ron. Everyone did a good job today. And got to thank the good Lord for keeping us all safe.
Race fans, he's your winner, the Central Michigan Ford-Kenworth 125. Nice round of applause for Johnny Van Dorn.